I'm about to completely explain the best retirement plan ever that only consists of two extremely simple steps. And this plan is best for Canadians that work in like a salaried or hourly position and they don't have like a group retirement plan to fall back on, such as a pension plan or group RSP. And if you're self-employed, it's not going to work the same way. But I'm just going to get right into it because I'm going to explain it very thoroughly. First thing you want to do is pick a number. So I'm going to use an example of a guy that lives in Alberta that makes $65,000 a year and he's 35 years old, wants to retire at the age of 65 and has an expected life expectancy of 90. That's what we want to plan for. So I say, okay, you have nothing saved so far. I want you to go ahead and start saving $500 a month into your RSP. And he's just going to keep doing that every single year. Now at the end of each year, he's going to do his taxes and he's going to get back an $1,830 tax return because he falls in the 30.5 tax bracket. Now most people get that tax return and they just decide to go and blow it on something. And there are other things you can do, like pay debt, pay off your house, do whatever else. But if you blow it, it's going to completely backfire on you, which I'll talk about a little bit later. So what I want this guy to do is take that money every single year and just put it into his tax-free savings account. And he's just going to pick an investment portfolio from somebody that he trusts, and he's going to trust that it's going to do fine over time. He's going to remain patient, and let's assume that he got a 5.5% rate of return for those 30 years that he did that, which is fairly reasonable to expect in a moderate aggressive portfolio. So then at the end, when he's 65 years old, he has $457,000 in his RSP, and he's got $133,000 in his tax-free savings account. So now he has 4 streams of income that he can draw from in retirement. He's got his RSP, which he should be able to pull out about $34,000 a year out of. He's got his tax-free savings account that he should be able to pull about $9,900 a year out of. He's got CPP, which is going to pay him a little over $13,600, and he's going to have old age security, which is going to pay him a little bit over $7,000 a year. So he's got an income of $64,552 in retirement at 65 to the age of 90. Now before you get too excited and say, well, that was really easy for him to save the exact same amount of money that he was making, that's pretty easy. What you need to realize is that that RSP income and that tax-free savings account income aren't indexed to inflation. So that $45,000 or whatever it is isn't going to be able to buy nearly as much stuff in 30 years as it could now. So if inflation is about 2%, that's only going to be about $24,000 a year that he can pull out of those two accounts. And as he ages, that's going to amount to even less that he can purchase off of that. However, CPP and old age security will go up with inflation. With that being said, so he's now got an income of about $45,000 that most of it is going to be taxable in retirement with the exception of the tax-free savings account that he can live off of. However, he doesn't have a mortgage payment on anymore, and he doesn't have to save $500 a month for retirement anymore, so he should probably be able to live off of this. Now, there are a couple things that he can do to increase this number. What he could do is increase his savings rate with inflation. So if he got a 3% raise, he could say, okay, I'm going to increase my RSP contribution by 3%. So now instead of $500 a month, he's saving $515 a month. Doesn't seem like a lot, but it is going to add up a lot over time, will make a huge impact on his retirement savings. Or he could do what a lot of people plan to do, they have the best intentions to do, is say he pays off his house 25 years from now. Now he's got 5 years where he can save a whole boatload of money, but that's not going to have time to grow. And most people, once they see that income get freed up, aren't that excited about just putting it all away for later. So it's not always the best plan. It's a great intention. Now, what I was saying earlier about wasting that tax return, so this is the worst case scenario. If he just absolutely wastes that $1,830 that he gets back every single year, he would have been way better off if he would have just invested the $500 a month into his tax-free savings account, because now he has $457,000 in that tax-free savings account that he can pull out as income in retirement that's completely tax-free. So that $34,000 that you're pulling out of your RSP, which would have been taxed at an average rate of about 16%, could be pulled out of his tax-free savings account completely tax-free, saving him an additional $5,500 a year in taxes. So just keep that in mind. If you do this, it's called the exponentializer. It's my favorite planning strategy for most people. So just do it, stick to it, and you'll be set. Thank you.